Hey boys and girls, sorry about the interruption the other day with the termite people here. Hopefully we don't have any interruptions today. All right, so on to our second page of the Unit 6 review test. And I don't know if you're ready. I feel like I'm out of breath. All right, here we go. Steve makes a banner. Now I'm trying to think of a banner. We have one at Crestmont that's out in front of the school, and it talks about how we're a distinguished school this year and how we're readers and leaders, right? So a banner is like usually a sign that you would hang up, okay? So he's making a banner with an area of 8 square feet, okay? On the grid, draw all possible rectangles that have an area of 8 square feet. Okay. Think about the two numbers that multiply to 8. Think about those. 1 and 8, right? 2 and 4. Can't have one with a side length of 3. There is no number times 3 that equals 8. I think these are it right here. So you should draw a 1 by 8. And it tells you to label all of the sides. These are in feet. And then a 2 by 4, and I'm going to do that one over here. Oops. Okay, on the grid, draw all possible rectangles, yes. Label the lengths of the 2 adjacent sides. Well, I labeled all 4 sides, boys and girls. But to really follow the directions of this, if you were just labeling the adjacent sides, it would be like this. I know I've trained you though to label all of the sides, but if you really want to follow the directions, this is what the adjacent are. It's not the opposite like A and B and C and D, or actually, well, this would be A and this would be B and then C would be D. So adjacent is like this. Here, they connect right here. So if you want to follow the directions exactly, this is what you would do. You can label all 4 sides. That's the way I trained you to always do things. Now, it says label each rectangle with its perimeter. Okay, so you had to find out the perimeter of each one. So 8 and 1 is 9, and if you double that, it's 18. Oh, not square. It's just going to be 18 feet. On this one, perimeter, 4 and 2 is 6, 6 and 6 is 12 feet. Okay? Now, the second step says, compare the perimeters of the 2 banners. What do you notice about their shapes? Okay, so here's my noticing. The banner with the greater perimeter is the one that is 1 foot by 8 feet. It's the long, skinny one, okay? The banner with the lesser perimeter has side lengths that are closer in length. You see 2 is closer to 4 than 8 is to 1, okay? So that is the noticing that I would write there, okay? I'll say it one more time. The banner with the greatest perimeter is the rectangle that is the long, skinny one, okay? The long, thin one. The banner with the lesser perimeter has the side lengths that are closer in length. Okay, so that's what I would be putting there. All right, Zach uses 64 inches of wood to build a rectangular picture frame. So boys and girls, if he's building a frame, And he's using 64 inches. That's like the perimeter is going to be 64 inches. This plus this plus this and this is 64 inches. Now, they're telling you the length of one of the sides is 25. So I'm just going to put 25 here. Okay, and they want to know the length of side X, this one right here. Now, we know the perimeter, all four sides, is 64. So if this is 25, boys and girls, this must be 25. And together, 25 and 25 is 50. So if I take what I know about it, 64, and I subtract out the 50, I'm going to have 14 inches for here and here together. These are going to be the same. This has to equal this, and together they both equal 14. So you should have taken 14 and divided it by 2. So this is 7 inches, and then this would be 7, okay? So on this one, it said, what is the length of the other side? What do you need to do to solve the problem? Choose the word that completes the sentence. Well, you were given the perimeter, right? You were given that, okay? And you were given one of the side lengths. What did we have to solve for? We had to solve for a side length, okay? And we came up with that missing side length being 7 inches, okay? So that's how you would have done that one. All right, here we go. Haley's patio is 9 feet long. Okay. I'm just going to draw a rectangle. It may not be real life, but that's okay. It is 9 feet long. Now the area is 90 square feet. And they want to know how wide it is. They want to know this missing length right here. So boys and girls, you should be thinking to yourself, what number times 9 would give you an area of 90 square feet? What number times 9 is 90? 10. Okay, that's what you should have come up there. All right, this is decomposing. I would have actually done this on all of mine, and I would have probably written in some numbers like 2, and then 2, 4, 6, 1, 2, 4, 6. I would have done this. I would have made it look like this. So 6 and 6 is 12, and then 3 more, right? 15. Okay? So again, that's how I probably would have done that. That's 3. There's 2. There's 1. There's 2. There's 1. Of course, there's different ways, boys and girls. Different ways to do this. So 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 and 1, 6. 6 and 2, 8. 8 and 1, 9. 9 and 2, 11. 11 and 2, 13. Now, of course, that leaves 14 for this one, but you better double check, boys and girls. You should not leave anything unchecked, if that makes sense. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, that's correct. All right, Ricky cuts 2 decagons. Think about the prefix deca. That means 10, okay? Deca is 10. He cuts 2 decagons out of cardboard, and then he glues yarn around the edges. How much yarn does Ricky need if each edge of the decagon is 8 centimeters? So now remember, there's 2 decagons, okay? So there's 2 of those. So each side is 8 centimeters. A decagon has 10 sides. So there's going to be 10 groups of 8. That's 80 centimeters for just the first one. The second one is also going to have 80 centimeters. So think about what you need to do to find the total. You would add 80 and 80, right? You would add those two up, and then you would get your total of 170 centimeters. Selecting all the figures that are quadrilaterals. Think about the prefix quad. This doesn't actually go with the part of the unit we just did. This goes with when we started Unit 6 to begin with, 6, 1, 2, 3, and 4. That was the geometry portion of the lesson, and this kind of goes back into the geometry portion. So remember, a quadrilateral is a shape that has 4 line segments, and it has to be a closed figure. So you should have chosen this to be a quadrilateral. This is an equilateral triangle. It has 3 sides. This is a pentagon, has 5 sides. This is a quadrilateral, and actually that's a parallelogram. It has 2 pairs of parallel sides, and the opposite sides are equal in length. Now this is also a quadrilateral. It is a quadrilateral. It has 4 sides. Okay, that's like a non-classified. We talked about that being a non-classified quadrilateral. All right, boys and girls, good job.